Welcome to the Reparenting Daily podcast. In this podcast, we'll dive deep into reparenting, exploring tools and resources to help us through our journey. The podcast is divided into 3 sections. First is a reading. Second is a discussion of the reading, followed by a journal prompt. And the last section is a peaceful meditation for closing. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are joining us from and whenever you are joining us. Thanks for being here. Today's book is from Nonviolent Communication by Marsha Rosenberg, PhD. Today we are starting on the section from emotional slavery to emotional liberation. In our development towards a state of emotional liberation, most of us experience 3 stages in the way we relate to others. Stage 1. In this stage, which I refer to as emotional slavery, we believe ourselves responsible for the feelings of others. We think we must constantly strive to keep everyone happy. If they don't appear happy, we feel responsible and compelled to do something about it. This can easily lead us to see the very people who are closest to us as burdens. Taking responsibility for the feelings of others can be very detrimental to intimate relationships. I very routinely hear on the following theme. I routinely hear variations on the following theme. I'm really scared to be in a relationship. Every time I see my partner in pain or needing something, I feel overwhelmed. I feel like I'm in prison, that I'm being smothered, and I just have to get out of the relationship as fast as possible. This response is common among those who experience love as denial of one's own needs in order to attend to the needs of the beloved. In the early days of a relationship, partners typically relate joyfully and compassionate to each other out of a sense of freedom. If I were a partner who is conscious of doing this, I might acknowledge the situation by explaining, I can't bear it when I lose myself in relationships. When I see my partner's pain, I lose me. And then I just have to break free. However, if I have not reached this level of awareness, I am likely to blame my partner for the deterioration of the relationship. Thus, I might say, my partner is so needy and dependent, it's really stressing our relationship. In such case, my partner would do well to reject the notion that there is anything wrong with her needs. It would only make a bad situation worse to accept the blame. Instead, she could offer an empathetic response to the pain of my emotional slavery. So you find yourself in panic. It's very hard for you to hold on to the deep caring and love we've had without turning it into a responsibility, duty, or obligation. You sense your freedom closing down because you think you constantly have to take care of me. If, however, instead of an empathetic response, she says, you are feeling tense because I have been making too many demands on you. Are you feeling tense because I've been making too many demands on you? Then both of us are likely to stay enmeshed in emotional slavery, making it that much more difficult for the relationship to survive. Thank you, and that's the reading for today. Hi, and welcome back. It's a very interesting reading we have today. It really is making me think of the patterns of codependency and how I recognize this in my own life, actually. This is my first time reading this section. Some things that I've read here, I've read before and I'm bringing back, and sometimes I'm reading things that are even new for me, and this one is quite a new one. I feel that because, as they said, if you've grown up with an idea that love is surrendering your own needs for elevating the needs of someone else's, that is the definition of codependent training. And so now I'm starting to see that this pattern is a real sore spot for communication, for myself and probably for many of us here listening. Emotional enslavement. It's difficult to make that separation, but it's key for confidence. To maintain your own individual, or to achieve your own individuation, this is a first goal, right? Today, how about we reflect on the state of your emotional liberation? This was only stage 1, so we have still 3 more to discuss at some point. But reflect on your current level of emotional liberation, also as it relates to your codependency and maybe some of your more challenging relationships, or codependent tendencies, I might say. I'm not diagnosing anyone here. Reflect on that today and to see, where are you satisfied and where do you want to make some more changes and have room for growth. Thanks again for being here, and be well. And now, let us move on to the final section, the meditation. This is an unguided meditation. I will simply provide some music and you can take some time to relax. Please feel free to choose a location and a place where you feel safe and where you can be undisturbed for the next 10 minutes. You can choose to be sitting down, standing, as you like, wherever you are most comfortable. Thank you for being here and enjoy the meditation.